Mothra is a giant moth goddess and the most common recurring monster in the Godzilla series besides Godzilla himself. Unlike most other monsters in the series, Mothra is always on the side of good. But might this change for Godzilla 2 and possibly for Godzilla vs. Kong? Well, what's up guys, Iceman here, and this question has been on my mind, and I can't seem to get it out. It's stuck in my head, so I had to make a damn video on it, and perhaps this will help ease the stress. But it's true, Mothra has always been good, has always been on the side of good, whether it be humanity, or teaming with Godzilla, or both. And might the studios change it up some, and throw us a curveball, and have Mothra be a complete asshole in Godzilla 2? Personally, I hope not. I want to see a modern rendition of this giant moth, done correctly, in a believable sort of manner. I know that with CGI and shit, it's extremely hard to make fur and feathers, which is part of the reason as to why the raptors in Jurassic World and the Jurassic Park franchise have not had feathers. Which doesn't really bother me, I think they look cool. But my point is, it's gonna take a hell of a lot of rendering and shit to get this moth to be believable and real, if it's gonna be furry especially. And I'm very excited to see its presentation and how they go about with that. Back in the old days, it was pretty much a puppet sort of thing, wasn't it? They had strings hanging off of it, and it was furry. It was a practical effect, the Mothra character. But my, times have changed, have they not? Here's the origins explained on the wiki page of Mothra. Check this out. Mothra is an ancient moth goddess that resides on the tropical paradise, Infant Island. She serves as the guardian of a group of natives on the island and is usually spoken for by two tiny twin priestesses called the Shibojin. Damn, that's a tongue twister. Two tiny twin priestesses. Try to say it fast, I dare you. Mothra is an immortal deity, and despite having died multiple times, she is always reborn through her egg. Mothra has protected the planet many times from monsters like King Ghidorah, and sometimes has been put in conflict with Godzilla. Oftentimes, Mothra has worked alongside Godzilla in order to fight off alien invasions. Now, as you guys probably know, King Ghidorah is one of the most strong freaking enemies in the Godzilla franchise. In fact, in one of the episodes, it required Godzilla himself, Gorosaurus, and Anguirus to beat the shit out of Ghidorah. And they almost failed. It took a hell of a lot of beating. They were seriously jumping his ass like no tomorrow. So my speculation so far has been this, that Mothra will be a good guy in Godzilla 2, and he will, or she rather, will team with Godzilla, and they will fight off a greater foe, which I think very well might be King Ghidorah. And we all know that it was King Ghidorah and Rodan and Mothra who were in the cave etchings at the end of Skull Island. So I think it's very plausible that at least two or maybe all three of them will show up in the Godzilla sequel. And I'm hoping that they're gonna make King Ghidorah extremely powerful and super badass. And Mothra has some pretty cool abilities. She has supersonic flight, where she can fly anywhere from Mach 1 to 5 and usually flies around Mach 3. She can create powerful wind gusts using her wings. And she also possesses antennae beams. Mothra can fire laser beams from her antennae. And she can also launch a barrage of poisonous stingers from her thorax. It just seems fitting, like if she's gonna be this big cuddly moth, I'd imagine she's gonna be on the side of good. But it certainly will be a twist to the Godzilla universe if they make her an enemy, using these great abilities to fight off Godzilla and perhaps do a great damage to humanity. But then again, a moth is a product of nature as we know it. Therefore, it's more fitting, I think, for her to want to preserve nature itself, as opposed to perhaps King Ghidorah's bias, which I believe King Ghidorah comes from a different planet, to where nature, in an earthly sense, isn't so much of a concern for King Ghidorah. But what do you guys think? Do you want Mothra to be good or bad in her upcoming appearance? Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the matter, and like this damn video if you haven't yet. I am the Iceman. Peace be with you.